Let's talk about gardening today. Not usually my favorite subject. In fact, I'm not a very good gardener at all, but let's talk about your garden as it relates to your team, to your company, or to your organization as your garden. And recently I was up north. We have a small place up in northern Michigan, and I was up there spraying Roundup. That's how I like to weed, is I spray Roundup around all the weeds to kill them and get rid of them. And I had just sprayed the Roundup a few weeks before. I hadn't been up there in a few weeks, and I came back and the weeds had grown again. And so I was going through spraying the weeds, trying to kill them, knock them down again. And it got me to thinking that, it doesn't take very long to not pay attention to your house, your garden, wherever flowers may grow, wherever weeds may grow, for the weeds to really sprout up again. I mean, it's amazing how fast weeds grow, especially in relation to flowers and other plants for us. And so I was just thinking, like, if I didn't do this, if I didn't stay on top of weeding, pretty soon the weeds would overtake everything else that we had there, and it would be ugly, and the flowers wouldn't bloom, the plants wouldn't grow, and the weeds would just choke everything out and just kill everything, and it would look terrible. And it got me thinking about this analogy around our company, around other organizations, about weeding the garden. And at Service Express, we talk a lot about being people-powered, leading with our people, about creating a great culture, celebrating victories, and all those things. And we do all of that. What we do need to talk about, though, sometimes is weeding our garden, our organization, of making sure we don't let weeds grow within here, okay? And that's something that a lot of people don't like to talk about when it comes to great culture. They don't want to talk about turnover or a bad fit within the organization. And I like to lean into that and talk about it. And at Service Express, things are not perfect here. We have a great company, great people, getting great results, but it's not perfect by any means. And we have to weed our garden sometimes. And what I have found within teams here at Service Express and with other organizations is that those who let the weeds grow, the weeds could be just people who aren't a good fit. It could be just people who aren't performing at the level they need to be. It could be people with bad attitudes and integrity issues. Okay, it could be any one of those things. And I think if you're not dealing with those issues, if you're not coaching people up on performance, okay, if you're not making sure they're in the right seat on the bus so they can perform best, or if they have integrity and attitude issues, if you're not coaching them through them or coaching them out of the organization, that is going to continue to grow, and they will start to infect and infest others within the organization. And pretty soon it affects the entire team, the entire company. And so to keep a healthy, good culture, you've got to weed your garden. You've got to make sure that you're either coaching up or coaching out those who are not a good fit. And I don't mean this in a huge negative way. Yeah, it's obviously not fun to the people it's happening to. It's actually not fun if you bring an attitude issue or integrity issue to our company to deal with it. But if you don't, what happens is the people who are doing the right things, who are performing, who have the right attitude, who have high integrity, they're going to end up leaving because your company's going to be overrun with the bad attitudes and all the integrity issues. That's right. So you got to weed that garden so your flowers can bloom. The flowers are the people that are working hard, working together as a team, care about each other, putting their ego for the team and the company and the collective result. And it's not all about them, right? Those are the flowers. And if we let the weeds grow, it's going to choke out the flowers. They're not going to want to be part of your company. And the weeds will grow, and they'll stay there, and the results will follow. And so I'm here to challenge you as leaders. Pay attention to your teams. We always try to coach up, try to help out, and try to get people pointed in the right direction. But if we can't, then we got to weed the garden, and we've got to remove those obstacles that are getting in the way of the right people doing the right things for the right reasons. So let me know what you think about that.